Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. How's it going? Just want to start off by saying thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to everyone who's following the videos, liking the videos. It's really appreciated. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a lot. And I hope these videos are helping you as well. So, yeah, today we are doing a recap, but actually it's a no trade recap. I just thought I'll give you my thoughts on today. I didn't place any orders, as you see here. Closed positions, nothing there, as you see up here, no shares traded, anything like that. There was some opportunities today, but yeah, I just hesitated on a couple of them, and there wasn't actually a lot going through today. So there was some small opportunities to take, and there was no real massive momentum, some heights, some actual bigger traders, would probably say there was no $10,000 days as such. There was just small scalps. So small opportunities, hesitated on a couple openings, and let's talk about that today. So pre-market, we was looking at a couple stocks. One of the stock was BSGM, and you see here it sort of gapped up from the 5.30 up to the $7 mark, but as you see, even pre-market there was just no volume, and even when the market opened we've got a little bit of volume there, but basically nothing. So that was one stock we was looking at. There was another stock, not that I was going to trade it, but I think it was ABIO. This was on the pretty much top of the list, but it's a stock that's under $1. But as you see, it made a move from about 45 cents up to almost $1. We could have looked to see. I was going to keep an eye on it basically once it gets over $1, and we see how it was moving. But as you see, pretty much out the gates, it's just flushed down, had a little pop up, but that was it. It's now all the way pretty much retraced its steps. So it gives you an idea of what how the market was moving today. But the only real stock. There's a couple. I think DBD. I know a few traders made some money on DBD. It made some moves yesterday, but nothing crazy, and the volume's come off now. But the only real stock that was in play was KNID. I forgot. No, what was the name again? It's KNDI. That was it. KNDI. That's it. So this was the only stock that was in play. This was on the gap scanner this morning. As you see, pre-market, it's I'm going to use my little trusty pen. We see pre-market here. It's gapping up from basically the $6 mark all the way up to the $8. So really big move, and quite exciting. It's a bit of a high volume, high float. I think it's roughly around 39 million, and you see today it's traded so far 26 million. And yeah, this was the one we was looking at pre-market. So this was, I made two errors on this stock, and the first one was I think the main one. If you look here, we see pre-market. We just get this nice sort of flat top, pretty much here. This is what we call that's sort of like the pre-market pivot. We did have a high here, which we're looking to reach, but basically, I was looking over this mark here, which is around about the 780, about 785. So the market opens. We'll keep that there. The market opens, and just before the market opens, you see it sort of it's just trailing down. So I didn't really like the action that was happening pre-market. Then when the market opened, it was just, once again, it came down a bit more. It had a little pop and it come down. So I was keeping an eye on it. And then as this flushed up and it flushed up again, I was going to look for the break of 780 to get back to at least higher day and the $8 mark. So, a 15-20 cent winner. For whatever reason, I think it was due to this movement here. I just didn't pull the trigger. I just wasn't 100% feeling it. It's a bit of a high float as well, which if it was a lower float, I think I definitely would have gone for it, because I'd be more confident then the stock would push through, because there's sort of less resistance. But given that it was a high float, I just didn't pull the trigger, and sadly that was probably the move of the day, where, as you see, some people may have bought this dip down here 720, and then it popped all the way up to a high of around 840 there. As the day went on, so basically there's a few stocks that kept popping up on the scanners, but nothing really to take notice of. Everyone was pretty much watching this, or if not, they'd come back to this, and it just didn't give us a lot of opportunities. The only thing I could say, and once again I was hesitant on it, was every time we got a big candle like this, if you see we got a little pop, not the biggest, but we got a little pop here, big pop back up, bigger pop back up, bigger pop back up, bigger pop back up. So you know, there were them type of opportunities, and they're not the best. They're really not the best. Where we want these sort of washouts is like this, for instance, where we had the break, and this is, as I said, what I was looking at before. Oh, I don't know what I've done there. Sorry guys. Once again, I love TC2000 charts. Yeah, so as I was saying, when we was looking at this pre-market, or even at the open, the type of entry we want is on these pullbacks, and as I said, this is pretty much the perfect entry. We got the squeeze up, round to that sort of pre-market resistance. We want it to go breaking to get to the $8, and as you see here, we've got this surge up. We've got to pull back to the EMAs. This would have been the perfect entry, and then as it squeezed up, you know, we sell into strength there, and that was basically the main entry. And this is the type of pullback we want. Once this started to happen, these flush outs, even though we kept getting pops, you know, you can't really trust them 100%. They're not going to win as many times, or you're not going to make as much money on them, you know, in the long run compared to the front side of the move. So this is the front side of the move here, and then as it comes down, it's sort of the back side of the move as such. But it held up well. The other so it held up really well, and as you see here, we sort of get this ebb and flow. So these up and down, as you said, a lot of stocks, they travel in waves. So as you see, it's gone up, it's come down, it's gone up, it's come down, and then it's surged back up. So we kept getting this lot of resistance around the 820 mark here. I put an order out on the level 2 here. I put an order out for a mental order. You know, I got it all prepared. I put it out for 825, thinking, okay, if I see on the level 2 here that it's going to start breaking, then I will buy. And for whatever reason, again, I was just hesitant on it. It came in, as you see. It was actually right on the candle when I was going to do it. Sort of tested a couple times. I thought once it's tested and it's pulled back, I thought, okay, we can get a test of the break of high of day, which was here, and it did. And then after that, once again, you know, that was pretty much done. I think the reason I didn't trade this one on this time, the first one was definitely a mistake. The second one was kind of hesitant because if you look at the time, by the time this happened on this one, we're looking at 10:34. So I've already been sitting around watching the market for about an hour, no trades. And in the last few days, the trades have been taken when they've been like an hour after just watching. They haven't been the best setup. So yes, this was set up. This is a little bit, you could say, a little bit hindsight. It was quite a good reading though, because you know, we sort of got that resistance, and when we break, we could squeeze out some short sellers that were using that as a stop, and we could have got to sort of higher day here, which was, you know, not the most, but you know, 15 cents maybe, and maybe up to 8.50, which I think it touched 8.49. But yeah, that was pretty much it. So I just thought I'd give you my thoughts on today. I think the main thing I learnt from today, and that's the great thing, even though I just placed no trades, once again, I'm looking at stocks, how they're moving, how they're reacting, and learning from myself. And I think the main thing I wouldn't say struggling with, but the main thing I'm not doing was, as I'm a bit too hesitant, and that's pretty much it. I think so the only other thing I was doing, as I said, some stocks kept coming up onto the scanner, and I think the only real stock was Riot. As you see, Riot, once again, it made a move yesterday. It's making moves today, but it's sort of just grinding. If you look here, it went from, or let's even say here, 320 up to 4, which is 80 cents, but it's taken, you know, almost 2 hours to get 80 cents. Where you look at, what is it? KNDI. KNDI, you know, KNDI made a couple dollars, couple point move within, you know, 20 minutes, and that's what we're looking for. The thing is, today we're just not seeing this momentum once the market is open. We've got a little bit pre-market. I don't trade pre-market. There's many reasons why. Actually, KNDI is a very good reason why I don't trade pre-market, because yeah, we can sort of understand these washouts when stocks have been trading post-market, but this drop here, people would have been buying here, and it's dropped from like almost 770 all the way down to 70, a 50-cent drop, and it was instant. It just went like that, and it was within 5 seconds for no, and that's literally no reason. That's pretty much the reason why, or one of the reasons why I don't trade pre-market. But that's the recap for today. So, you know, not a green day, not a red day, you know, just another day learning, and I hope you enjoyed this recap, and hopefully we will trade tomorrow. Or if there's a setup, I'm sure there will be an opportunity tomorrow. Let's hope I take the opportunity. Let's hope it's a green day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Thanks again, everyone. And as I said, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.